The Superstition Mountains in southern Arizona are a place of beauty, wonder, mystery, legend, and danger. It is, as legend tells, the location for the so-called Lost Dutchman gold mine, although there apparently was not a Dutchman associated with it, perhaps a Deutschman or German man. But this investigation is not about the lost mine or its gold. However, the results from this investigation and the main spirit the team made contact with does pose some questions that can lead one to postulate that if there really was or is a cache of gold out there, is it really in the form of a gold mine? Or might it be something else? Might it be a stash of Incan gold left there by the Spaniards on their way through this area? Did they bring captured Incans with them, along with the gold they took from them? It's an interesting question. The SASPI team went to investigate a home near Apache Junction, Arizona, in the foothills of the Superstition Mountains. We were asked there by the homeowner because of some activity that she had experienced in the home that appeared to her to be intensifying. Some of the activity she reported was seeing the spirit of a woman, hearing disembodied voices, and seeing shadows out of the corner of her eye, as well as her and her son being touched. What the evidence revealed after the investigation was very intriguing, and it surprised me. It was also a situation where we would be able to verify some of the evidence captured in a really cool way, and which would tell a very interesting story.
Their family here, and I know a doctor moved here, but he thought it was too far to commute.
So no deaths?
So not that I know of.
Okay. Okay. So nothing in this room?
Not
You've
really.
seen her? Okay. This is the family room?
Hope the TV's on.
We turned it off because it was playing some really cool music there, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Laundry room. This used to be the garage.
Okay.
This was just redone about 2 years ago. New master. And I will tell you in here when, and I don't know about orbs or whatever, when we were doing the construction in here, there was nothing in here. It was almost done. I took a picture. My other daughter was in here, and I took a picture, and there had to be 100 orbs. Just the whole room was just
Like it was snowing?
covered. Yeah, just covered.
I wonder if we want to set up a camera in here.
Mm-hmm. I'm filling them.
So this used to be the garage, and then this used to be the laundry room. Used to be able to walk out that way. So this
Oh, I
all
see.
was one huge space.
The old woman's following us.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the lady I saw walking down the hallway.
When was that?
Well, her hair is up like mine. It's not real pretty gray like white. It's not like salt and pepper. She's got on like pants like mine, but they're the polyester. She's wringing her hands. This is my house. This is my property. You know, she's just not very nice. But Caleb says that nobody died here. But lots of people died on the land.
Well, yeah, the land. I mean, the mountain is like forever. Dining room.
But I mean, she's not.
This is where I told you guys this story. Caden stood right here looking down the hallway, barking his head off, like when you ring the doorbell, bark, crazy bark. And then my husband came out of the office, came down to see what was going on, Caden got up on his two hind legs, and from here all the way over to there, his nose, he just followed something all the way. He walked on his two legs and went over there.
Animals are great about that. Does that hall look familiar? He had a dream prior to coming here.
Is there a door on the left or on the right, or both?
Both.
Okay.
And then in the kitchen, I was standing at the sink, and I felt something touch my ankle. And I thought it was my dog, and I looked down, and there was nothing there. And then I feel things grab my arm.
I want to try to find that little girl thing.
What's that?
Oh, that's the attic. Yeah, see, that's the access to the attic.
Can we go back here?
Yes. This is the hallway, and then the one time I stopped right here and just said, I just want to pee. My bathroom was messed up, so I had to come down here. This is the old master. So this is an original room from the house.
Do you have a guest house?
Kinda.
Okay.
We built a garage, and it's my casita. It was built as a guest room, but I use it for my salon.
Wait, now you do?
Okay. When you get done showing the house, can we look in there real quick? Okay. I mean, this feels really nice. Besides the old woman, we'll figure out tonight why she thinks this is her house, because she did not die here. And she's dressed up to date. You know, it's not like
Really?
long dress and.
Well, the woman I saw, I was sitting in the office here, and I caught her out of the corner of my eye, but she had a dress on. And it was just so
Well, sometimes
quick.
they mimic where they mimic.
Yeah, they can.
Because her hair is definitely like how they would wear a long time ago. The brooch she's wearing, but her clothes, like she has capris on like we do and a shirt.
This is a catch-all room.
We all got one of those.
This is my daughter's room. This is the room that my step-grandson was sleeping in.
What is this?
Lavender. This was the room that my step-grandson was sleeping in when he started screaming at 3 o'clock in the morning and said some lady was touching his cheek.
How old is he?
At the time he was 5.
Okay, now she has a dress on. It's not actually a dress. It's a shirt and a long skirt. Is that
Yeah,
what
I
you
mean,
saw?
it was so quick.
And it is. It normally
It was
is.
so quick. I thought, whoa, okay. So I got up and looked out the door and didn't see anything. And my husband actually saw a woman out on the patio.
So she actually has entities that are extremely intelligent to try to take on the persona of what we would dress and act like now.
Right.
But her hair and that brooch just gave it away. And your stepson, EJ, is that his name? She's by him now, telling him to tell us to go. Okay. Okay.
Don't tell him that he's going to be sleeping in my bed tonight. Where do you want to go next? This is the office.
What just happened? Is that the woman standing next to you trying to tell
Is that
you
your
to tell us to leave?
No,
In the back.
that's his dad. That's his dad.
Feel any
That's
colder
his
when you
family.
stand?
He's right.
Well, I mean, on here, but on this side, there's one.
Another bathroom
Okay.
here. And then another bedroom there.
Okay. Let's go look at your,
Casita?
if you don't mind.
No, it's fine.
Go ahead, Mike.
You ever been through anything like this before?
When I was in the living room, I was on my phone texting someone,
Yeah.
and I could have sworn I had a thumb on my, felt a thumb on my wrist.
Really?
And I was like, so I looked at my hand and trying to make sure I wasn't touching my own self.
I felt a tap on my shoulder right when we first walked in the room. I thought it was Pete. It wasn't Pete. Oh, that's cool.
But were you able to cover it up mostly?
No, because we just zapped a couple parts and they're really red and scabby right now. That's how it looks. The cells have to push to the surface to push that ink out.
Okay.
What's it feel like in here to you?
You can walk in. Walk in. There's a bathroom over in the corner too.
I mean, the only one that's letting itself be seen is the woman. As soon as we come in, they go in another area, but it's heavy.
Whenever I feel that stinging, that to me gives me that's like a flag for me.
Yeah. But I
See-
mean, he's already left here.
This room I feel very calm in.
Do you?
I feel
Well, I
very
mean,
calm in this room.
everything is calmness. Everything represents that tranquility and
Mhm,
calmness
right.
and peace. And I think he thought we wouldn't come out here. That's why he came out here.
Mm.
I just want to find where the two women and the boy is.
Mhm.
See, now it feels good. But when we first came in, it felt real heavy, and
Maybe they went to the garage.
they'll do that. They'll
You want to see the
go.
garage?
Yeah.
They put that in the house.
Yep, they're in the house. I think we should set up a camera in the
It's
room
worth a
where
shot.
all the orbs were, and then try a couple, just go
Is
ahead and
that-
take photographs.
During this walkthrough, Liz picked up on a woman's spirit in the house. And the homeowner also mentioned seeing a woman in the house and mentioned that her husband said he saw a woman on the patio. And while we were in the guest house / salon, Liz picked up on now 2 women and a little boy. She also mentioned a man that she said had come out there to get away from us because he didn't think we would be going out there. Interestingly enough, we also picked up 2 EVPs while at the door of that salon, and then also when Dre walked into the salon. Here's a replay of the EVPs captured. They were captured on the camera audio. The first one sounds like it could be a man, but not sure. It could also be a woman with a lower voice. But the second one definitely sounds like a child.
Tap on my shoulder right when we first walked in the room. I thought it was Pete. It wasn't Pete. Oh, that's cool.
But were you able to cover it up?
Oh, that's cool.
But were you able to cover it up?
Oh, that's cool.
But were you able to cover it up?
What's it feel like in here to you?
You can walk in. Walk in. There's a bathroom over in the corner too. There's a bathroom over in the corner too. There's a bathroom over in the corner too.
That second EVP, the one that sounds like it came from a child, may actually, now that I'm listening to it again, not be saying hi Pete or hi to Pete or hey Pete, which is Pizza Liz's husband. But he may be saying need to pee and saying it kind of fast, like EVPs sometimes do come really fast. And this would make sense since the owner had just told Dre where the bathroom was in there right before the EVP was captured. And so far we had picked up the spirit of what appeared to be an adult male, 2 women, and a little boy. And the EVPs we captured seem to support this. I almost forgot to mention that Liz also picked up on the spirit of a young girl. And this young girl spirit would end up giving us a bit of a surprise later on in the investigation. We went back into the house, to that master bedroom, where the owner had said that she took a picture and caught a whole bunch of orbs. Dre wanted to set up a stationary camera in there and let it roll to see what we could capture. So we were in there, and he was setting that up, and we had a reaction from the dog.
Something scared Caden.
That's interesting.
Something scared my dog.
Check on that dog.
He's fine. He has a cage.
Is he?
You sure?
Yeah.
He hasn't done that all night.
E.
Are you okay?
You're all blurred.
Then don't take it. It should be making little squares and focusing. Does she need to go, is it a she? Does he need to go to the bathroom? Because EJ said he was looking over here when he started barking.
Alright, let's pause.
I couldn't really make out what that EVP was saying, maybe parts of it, but I'd call that one probably still level 4, but because it's loud enough, it's just not clear enough for me to be able to tell what's being said. If you got any ideas what you think it might say, please mention it in the comments below.
All dug up and
We thought we heard a
excavated. Yeah, we
rattlesnake rattle while Liz was running audio back there, so that's what we're doing. We're taking a look around to see if we can find a snake.
wonder if we didn't disturb
We didn't find a snake, but we found something on Liz's audio when we played it back.
Get comfortable and get their recorders on.
Here's the audio file she ran while we were all looking for the snake.
April 17th, 11:05. I'm on the patio by the pole at Karen's. The little girl thing, you're out here. Can you say your name? I'm not a girl. You know you have to leave. I thought you were an older woman, but I think I'm mistaken. Are you part of the land? Are you part of this land, this mountain? I feel him, Caleb. It's not an older woman. It's a man. You're clever to come as a little girl. Tell me if you're connected to this land. Okay, because I'm going to stop it right now. Either way, Caleb is going to hear me talk.
we listened back to this audio, and so we knew that it wasn't a little girl, and it wasn't an older woman, though he may have been showing himself as that, but it was a man, and not just a man, but an Incan medicine man. That's why he shook his rattle. And later on, Liz could see how he was dressed when he showed his real self. So he said he wasn't a girl, and then he said Incas, and then he shook his rattle. Now there was another voice in there that when we first listened to this back, we didn't hear it at the time, but it sounds like there was another person or another spirit male there. That first EVP that I put question marks on, I couldn't tell what he was saying. It sounded like he said something like, I don't know, I couldn't tell what it was. Maybe you can. Again, if you can, please comment in the comments section what you think it says. But that last one was, yep. So that's not something, in my mind, Incan medicine man would say it that way. Plus the voice sounded different. So I think we were dealing with two spirits out there. Maybe one of the other men that was at the house, men spirits, and then this Inca medicine man with the rattle. So we wanted to try and get a little more information and get him to reveal himself more. So we ran some more audio to try and capture it.
You know what? You don't even need it, honey. You got this light right here.
I got audio rolling.
Trying to get the camera to turn on.
Are you gonna take pictures?
It's the button to your
Turn on that rock, because
left.
Caleb told me to sit there so I can get him to come to me.
Farther from
You want to move that recorder?
everything. Farther from everything.
No, because everybody can sit right there. Because Caleb said he's not going to come to me if I'm in a group, so he said sit right here. So nothing's going to get me.
We're close enough.
Okay, we got time. What time is it?
Let me hit my watch. 11:27.
Okay, this is Liz, and we're by the patio, on the patio by the fireplace with Karen. Everyone say their names. Liz,
Eat.
Karen.
EJ.
Mike.
Dre.
and I would like for the man that we were speaking to, Kayla, for you to bring him back over here. And I would like for him to talk to me some more. Are you, what'd you call him, babe?
Inca.
No. A witch.
Shaman.
Say it in Spanish.
I forgot what it was.
A bruja?
Bruja. Are you a bruja?
Oh, he's not over here yet. Where is he, Kayla? Go ahead and stop the recorders until he comes over here. We're just going to have the dog and the nature sound. I have two recorders right here. If you want to turn them on. That one's mine, this one's yours. Yeah. Special record. It's already on. Just special record. Just lay it next to that one. But because I don't provoke like that, oh, I can do that. Okay, we're trying to talk to the bruja. And your big medicine guy, big bruja, yet said I'm not going to corner you. I'm not trying to corner you. I'm trying to make conversation with you. So what are you afraid of? You can have all this land, but not this house. Are you here because of Karen's past life? because you're something bigger than what we expected. So you're not here out of just negativity. You're here because there's something about her past life that you're attracted to. You're too great of a man to come just to feed off chaos and negativity. And so right now we're trying to show you a sign of respect. So give us a name, what we can call you. And we need to come to an understanding that you cannot be in this house. I'm curious about Inca. From history, we know Apache and Pimas were here. How did you get here? You can talk into these things that have these red... I don't even know how to describe them to you. You can see the things in my hands. You can talk to them, into them. Talk to me. I can hear you, and we can talk back to you. You need to let the two women and the child go. Okay, I'm going to stop them and see if you can talk to us. Okay, so he's not here just for negativity. He's here because he owns that. So Caleb told me to try talking to him with respect and not down talk him. Because I don't provoke like that. Oh, I can do that.
Want me to bring the speaker out here?
Okay, we're trying to talk to the Bruja. And you're a big medicine guy, big Bruja, yet you said I'm not going to corner you. I'm not trying to corner you. I'm trying to make conversation with you. So what are you afraid of? You can have all this land, but not this house. Are you here because of Karen's past life? Because you're something bigger than what we expected, so you're not here out of just negativity. You're here because there's something about her past life that you're attracted to. You're too great of a man to come just to feed off chaos and negativity. Hold that while I talk to Caleb. We're trying to show you a sign of respect. So give us a name of what we can call you. And we need to come to an understanding. You cannot be in this house. I'm curious about Incan. From history, we know Apache and Pimas were here. How did you get here? You can talk into these things that have this red... I don't even know how to describe them to you. You can see the things in my hands. You can talk to them, into them. Talk to me, I can hear you, and we can talk back to you. You need to let the two women and the child go. I know he speaks English.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to stop him and see if you talk to us. Okay.
Try another recorder.
Um,
Play back another recorder.
here, push play, babe. Just the middle button.
We went back into the house to talk things over and listen to the audio that we had captured. And we found out from Liz that this medicine man was holding captive these two women and this little boy. And he was holding them as gifts for the homeowner. And I don't know the specifics. It had something to do with a previous life that this homeowner had, apparently. But he saw her as some kind of priestess or princess or something like that. Anyway, that's what the information that we got, that Liz had gotten from her guides. So we wanted to try and separate these two women and this little boy from this medicine man. Now Liz found out from Caleb and from her conversations with these two women and this little boy. One of the women gave us her name. She said her name was Mary. And we got that on audio on an EVP. I'll play that for you here in a minute. But the other woman did not, and we didn't really hear from the little boy. He didn't really give his name, but Liz said his name was Zachary, so we knew we had Mary, and we had the little boy Zachary, and we had another woman whose name we didn't know. But our job was to try and cross them, to separate them from him. So what Liz was going to do was go outside and try and draw this Incan medicine man away from the house, while we tried to cross the two women and the little boy. That was our job for the evening, was to try and get them separated and get them crossed before he knew what was going on.
Okay, it's me, Liz, again. If it was the little girl that laughed, we know you're not a little girl. Say your name. Say something. I want it only at this time to give the two women and Zachary the opportunity to talk. If you can give a name or your names, it would be helpful. In the background, you hear them talking and doing the obulus. Zachary, can you speak to me? Any of the women, can you say your name? Mary. Did you hear that? When I said, can you say your name, I swore I heard a woman out loud say something. It was plain.
So again, we had Mary and Zachary and another woman whose name we didn't know. We were going to try and get them away from this Incan medicine man and cross them before he knew what was going on. So Liz went out into the patio. I went into a bedroom on one end of the house. Dre went on the other in the bedroom on the other end of the house. So he had, I can't remember either the little boy or one of the women, and I had the other woman. I think I had the woman and the little boy, and I think Dre had the other woman. I think I had Mary and Zachary. Anyway, so we were trying to cross them with him outside being with Liz, and Liz trying to distract him. Now we had tried to do a prayer circle of protection around the house at the four corners of the property so that he couldn't get into the house. But what you'll see is that he found a way to get in.
Tell them how to do that, babe. You guys are going to stay like right in this area. Liz back by the fireplace with Caleb. I want to talk to the medicine man. So I want you to tell me about how an Inca got all the way here with the Apaches and the Pima.
Back up a little bit, babe. Back up a little bit. I see you. I know that you're almost clothed like a chief, but I know that you're a medicine man. Say it in here. I can hear you in my head. Say it in here. You were what? We need to go to the house. We need to go in the house quick. He's going to the house. I got it on, Caleb. We're going. Go ahead. Come in. Shotgun. He's in the room. He's in the house. I'll bring the woman. Karen, come with me. I'm bringing her. Back up, babe. Back up. Dre, you have the little boy's hand now. She's coming with me. What did you call her? Chinoa Mungia. What's your name? Chinoa Mungia. What does that mean? They're not doing anything with the child. Why would that be a gift to her? She doesn't want that kind of gift. She's just going to check on the boy. Tell Mike to grab the woman and the boy and cross now. She's coming back. She's just checking on the gift that you brought to her. I can't hold him, Caleb. Tell me her name again. Say it in this. The light thing, the box, that thing? Gotcha.
There's a lot going on in that little 3 minutes or so segment of audio. When Liz says he's going to the house, she's thinking, okay, he's getting an idea of what's going on. We're trying to, free those two ladies and that little boy from him and cross them where he can't get his hands on them. But apparently, as I think I mentioned earlier, in his mind, these souls were a gift to the homeowner. And as he's crossing the threshold, remember I mentioned that we had put up a prayer boundary around the four corners of the house and the property to keep him out. What he did when he walked over that threshold, just before he walked over it, he said a word that we found out isn't actually an Incan word. He said shakana. Now I thought he said shaktana. I thought there was a T in there. But I think he said shakana. And we looked that up on the internet and we found out that it was an Incan cross. And it was also a symbol of being able to cross from one boundary into another. So that's why he said that word. And I'll tell you, that's just amazes the heck out of me that we captured that on an EVP and then we're able to look it up and find out, yes, it's Incan, and yes, it has a meaning for what he used it for, to cross the boundary to get into the house. It's just, that's what I meant earlier when I said I was surprised. Well, I didn't expect us to meet an Incan medicine man that's a watchman for at least part of the superstitions, because that house is right up against the superstitions. But I sure as heck didn't expect to get that kind of validation. It was just incredible. And this was, 2010, so I'd been doing this about 2 or 3 years by then. So, I didn't have a whole lot of experience with it. So it basically blew me away. Now, the other thing he said, prelepra. At least that's what it sounded like to me. I haven't been, excuse me, I haven't been able to find that word. So if anybody can help me out with that, great. Message me or whatever. Put something in the comments if you can find something. I'm thinking it's probably an Incan word, but I don't know what it means and I haven't been able to find it. Now, there was another thing in there. It was really quiet, but it sounded like a lady, and it sounded like she said, "I am dirty." So I don't know if that was somebody else that wanted to cross, but felt like they weren't worthy of it. I don't know, but that's what I am guessing. But I don't know who that was. Maybe that was the other lady that we didn't have a name for. And then somebody said something about Ginger. You're going to make her mad, Ginger, or something like that. So maybe that was the other lady's name. I don't know. Lots of questions in that audio, but also a lot of information and really, really cool evidence that we were able to corroborate and validate. Now, we went back in the house. After all this had happened, we were able to cross. I was able to cross the little boy and the one lady. Drake crossed the other lady. So we got them away from him. At least that's what we believe. You know, I mean, how do you prove that? But when Liz said, "Gotcha," that's what she meant. She knew they were gone then. So he couldn't get his hands on them anymore. But crazy, just crazy stuff. But anyway, we went back in the house and listened to it. That's what this last piece of video is going to be. And it shows Liz jumping on the laptop and looking this stuff up. And I'll show you some of the chakana stuff that we found on the internet.
The Cherokee word for dove is loa. Chinoa Maya Mungia. So
Right there.
Yeah, it's just like a sigh or
what is the word for
Can you back it
dove
up?
is loa.
Back up a little bit, babe, back up a little bit.
Okay, I'll back it up a little bit.
Maya.
I want to talk to the medicine man. So I want you to tell me about how an Inca got all the way here with the Apaches and the Pima.
Cherokee. Just the Cherokee word for dove is loa. But up here,
Right, it should be definition.
Let's wait till they're done talking over there so we can pick that up.
Here with the Apaches and the Pima.
That was me.
Okay,
did you say this?
so.
Back up a little bit, babe, back up a little bit. I see you. I know that you're almost clothed like a chief, but I know that you're a medicine man. Say it in here. I can hear you in my head. Say it in here. You were what? We need to go to the house. We need to go in the house quick. He's going to the house. I got it on, Caleb. We're going. Go ahead.
What was that? Something.
I asked if she was also
Oh.
It's right here.
Shut down.
It's almost like he said something
Okay.
to break the barrier.
Because the moment you said that, I felt something different.
Okay, let's listen.
Okay. Shut down.
Shaktana.
Something nada.
Shut down.
Something like that. Shaktana.
He's in the room. He's in the house.
If he says anything else.
I'll bring the woman. Karen, come with me. I'm bringing her. Back up, babe. Back up. Julie, you have the little boy's hand now. She's coming with me. What did you call her? Chinomungia.
Look at that.
What's your name? Chinomungia. What does that mean? They're not doing anything with the child.
Cross. Look at this. Chakana, meaning to cross.
Why would that be a
Inca
gift
word.
to her? She doesn't want that kind of gift.
Meaning to cross. Let's see.
She's just
Chakana.
gonna check on the boy.
It's exactly what you said, Dre.
Tell Mike to grab the woman and the boy and cross now. She's coming back.
She had to say that to get through the barrier.
Brought to her.
It's like he was asking permission to cross or being granted to cross.
Oh, it's a thing. It's a cross, an Inca cross. A
What is
symbol of the Incas deprived from whatever. Meaning
Tell
to
me what
cross
to do.
or to bridge.
Mm-hmm.
Cross with a hole in the center of it.
The white thing, the box,
You
that
hear
thing.
that?
Steps represent
She found the
spirits
word.
of the world that the Inca culture believed in, with the center
Gotcha.
hole representing the Inca capital, the upper, the middle, and the lower.
So Chacana is an Inca word.
Yep. But the name that she has is, it wasn't Cherokee. It was,
They were giving you a definition.
right, the Cherokee for dub was what, Woa or something. So it was just giving different. So it is Apache. So, because the minute he said that, within a couple of minutes, I told you, now I'm feeling what he wanted me to feel.
Mm-hmm.
Look at, that's what it looks like. Quartz
Let's see.
and serpentine.
Wow.
What is it?
It's the Inca cross, the Chacana.
Look at that. Even though there are many representations of it found in the ruins.
That is so cool. Man.
They even had a calendar that was closing up.
The water.
How does all this make you feel, Karen?
Well, now that this guy, I felt fear.
How about now? Still a little bit?
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. It's all new territory.
Yeah. This is a lot to digest in one night.
Well, you know, I was actually okay until that point, when that EVP said that you could clearly hear what he was saying, and that was his way of getting through.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm trying to kill bugs. and to know that those were gifts that he gave to me,
Mm-hmm.
and to send them along kind of makes me a little apprehensive because I don't want to make him angry.
Oh, he's just gonna get you more gifts.
I don't think you have anything to fear from him because I think he sees you as way up there on a pedestal. You're almost like a goddess to him, is the way it sounds to me. I mean, Liz could tell you better than I could, but that's kind of what it seems like. He wants to keep bringing you these gifts, these...
I keep hearing the word sacred.
Well, we've got that over the obelisk, remember?
What?
Sacred.
Sacred, yeah.
I don't know if we're gonna find what Mungia is, but we should be.
At this time, I'm asking to speak to Zachary and the two women. Do any of you, can one of you women say your name, or Zachary speak to me?
See if you can look up gifts on that page.
At this time, I'm only given the opportunity for the two women or the little boy Zachary to speak to me. If you know the name of the little girl, tell me a name so we can make it reveal itself. Can you speak into this little contraption, this thing in my hand? Okay, I'm going to stop it and see if I...
That was the little giggle at the end, right? That's what that one was.
Okay, it's me, Liz, again. If it was your little girl that laughed, we know you're not a little girl. Say your name. Say something. I want it only at this time to give the two women and Zachary the opportunity to talk. If you can give a name or your names, it would be helpful. In the background, you hear them talking and doing the obulus. Zachary, can you speak to me? Any of the women, can you say your name?
That's her Zachary.
Did you hear that?
That first one was Zachary.
The women, can you say your name? Mary. Did you hear that?
I didn't quite catch that first one.
Your name? Mary.
Sounds like Zach and Mary. Oops.
Any of the women, can you say your name? Mary. Did you hear that?
Mary is clear. I'm not too sure about the other one. It sounds like Zach.
When I said, can you say your name, I swore I heard a woman out loud say something.
It would be my
It was plain.
princess mourning dove. I'm not finding the definition or how they would say princess in any of those.
See, but that makes sense because Indians used to give them like running bear or,
Mm-hmm.
you know, names
Caleb
like that.
says that he wants to speak to me again. I'd like to know what his name is.
Me too. Maybe we could look him up.
And Caleb said that he just informed him that we're in the presence of his princess mourning dove. So that must be what Mungia is princess.
I just think that this is fantastic, you know, to first of all, to make contact with him, and then to hear him speaking in his native tongue, words that we can hear and look up on the internet and find the real meaning of them, and they all make sense, and they're all real words, and
Well, and that
especially
ties
the
in-
Inca word.
Well, and that ties in with what that girl told me when I was doing a facial. You know, why I couldn't leave. And I never told her anything about my husband wanting to sell the house. I didn't know her. I was just doing a facial on her. And she said, you know why you can't leave? And that's when she told me that in a past life, I was a Indian priestess, high goddess.
Well, it sounds like she pretty much hit the nail on the head.
Yeah.
If he wants to talk to me again, I'm gonna go out and smoke. We can bring the recorders. I'm just
Okay.
going to the table.
All right.
And then we're gonna call it a night before we get all worn out and